For 5 straight seasons, the Buffalo Bills have dominated the AFC East, but that's soon about to change with the arrival of a new head man in Foxborough. The Buffalo Bills have had the luxury of cakewalking through the NFL's easiest division, where you have the Jets, who are routinely irrelevant. You got the Miami Dolphins, who you always beat because they're soft, and the Patriots, because after the departure of Tom Brady, they just weren't good anymore. But now, with the New England Patriots hiring Mike Vrabel, the Buffalo Bills have a new problem on their hands in the AFC East. You have a head coach that now is on the same level as what Sean McDermott is. They kind of have the same mentality. They are defensive-minded coaches. They're good culture builders. And they immediately turn around any franchise that they take over. We seem to forget, as good as what Sean McDermott has been with Josh Allen, the guy ended the Buffalo Bills' very long playoff drought with Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. But Mike Vrabel is on the same level, if not slightly better than what Sean McDermott was, because during Mike Vrabel's time in Tennessee, he was making it to the playoffs, overachieving with rosters that were heavily littered with injuries. And with the situation that he's going into with the Patriots, you got a young, promising quarterback with hella upside in Drake May, who looks like a Josh Allen clone. You're improving the offensive line. You've improved the defense. You asked Stephon Diggs in free agency. You're probably going to add another good wide receiver in the draft. The Patriots are on par to match the Buffalo Bills this year in terms of being able to go toe-to-toe, pound for pound with them for the AFC East title. Every single season, for the most part, we see a team go from being the worst team in the division to at least being a playoff football team. And the Buffalo Bills get the luxury of getting 4 guaranteed wins every single year when they've played the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, and the New York Jets. So it isn't just 4, but it's 6 guaranteed wins. That's about to change now. With the New England Patriots having Mike Vrabel, there's no guarantee that the Buffalo Bills are going to sweep the Patriots and get 2 easy wins anymore. There's no guarantee that the Buffalo Bills are going to be able to just run through this division with Mike Vrabel now in the mix, because you have a coach that knows what it takes to build a championship caliber squad. Although he hasn't been to a Super Bowl, Mike Vrabel, being around Bill Belichick, he knows what a championship team looks like. He knows what he has to instill in his organization to turn things around fast, and that's what he's going to do. He's not just a defensive-minded coach, but he's a great culture builder. And with him bringing back Josh McDaniels, the offense should be even better than what we've seen out of New England these last couple of years. When Mac Jones had that good rookie season and the Patriots made it to the playoffs, Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator that year. And you saw how things fell apart when Josh McDaniels left. The Bills still have a few holes that they have to worry about. Your defense needs more help in the secondary. On offense, what are you going to do with James Cook? What are you going to do at receiver? Yeah, you re-signed Khalil Shakir, but who else do you have at wide receiver? Keon Coleman had a pretty disappointing rookie season. Dalton Kincaid, where was he last year? The Buffalo Bills are far from being this juggernaut team that the media hypes them up to be. And this year, I don't really see a big gap between them and the New England Patriots in terms of talent. But even if the Bills are a more talented team than New England, what helps close that gap is coaching. The Bills have lost to the Kansas City Chiefs for how many years in the playoffs, despite being the more talented team? Talent doesn't guarantee you wins in this league, but coaching does. If you have a good coach and a halfway decent team, you can win damn near any division and make it to the playoffs. And that's what the Patriots are going to have the ability or the potential to do this season now that you're going to be a well-coached team with Mike Vrabel. You're not going to be losing games like how you did with Gerard Mayo, with bad decisions and certain situations, a guy who just was inexperienced, learning on the job. Mike Vrabel is one of the better coaches that you will find in the NFL. And he's a really damn good equivalent to Sean McDermott. And I don't really think that Sean McDermott is as good as what you may think. If Sean McDermott has had the luxury of going up against the post-Brady Patriots and a soft Dolphins team with Mike McDaniel and the Jets team that's always bad, what's going to happen where he now has an equivalent in this division in terms of coaching? I think that means that the Buffalo Bills, 5 consecutive years of winning the AFC East, comes to an end this year. And I very well could be wrong, but you can't stay on top forever. And when you have a coach as good as Mike Vrabel, eventually he's going to break through. And I think he's going to break through fairly fast, New England, with the jump that Drake May could take in year 2. Year 2 is normally when you start to see young quarterbacks cement themselves and they cement their spot in the league. Drake May was really good considering the situation that he was in last year, where the only reliable receiver he had was DeMario Pop Douglas. He was playing behind a team that struggled to run the football, had a terrible offensive line, and he was still balling out. I can't imagine what he's going to be this year with a good offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels, a really good receiver in Stephon Diggs, along with some other weapons, whoever they pick up in the draft, and a pretty good head coach in Mike Vrabel. The Patriots have enough talent to challenge the Buffalo Bills for the AFC East this year, and I'm picking them to win this division. This division is a 2-team race. It's the Bills, the Patriots, and everybody else. And with the talent that the Patriots have on defense, you improve the pass rush. You got Christian Gonzalez, a top 3 corner in the league. They got a good enough team on paper to where they can rival the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills roster is not as good as what it's hyped up to be. This team has had the luxury of having 6 easy wins every single year because they've gone up against teams that have been poorly coached. Now, the Patriots aren't just a team that you look at on the schedule and you mark them down as a guaranteed win. You could very well split the season series this upcoming season against New England. I like New England's chances year 1 under Mike Vrabel to win the AFC East. He's a really good head coach. He's a great culture builder. And this Patriots team is a lot better talent-wise than what they look on paper. You know what they say, looks can be deceiving. And that's what it looks like trying to evaluate this Patriots team. On paper, yeah, getting a guy like a Harold Landry may not be a name that's going to make you jump out of your seat. But this is a guy that has had at least 8 sacks or more his last couple of years, despite having an ACL injury. He's been one of the more consistent and productive pass rushers in this league that's not in the upper echelon of pass rushers like a TJ Watt or Myles Garrett or Michael Parsons, but he's a pretty good B-tier pass rusher. And that's what the Patriots need. Imagine if you get Christian Barmore and you can pair him alongside of Milton Williams that you got in free agency from the Philadelphia Eagles. Christian Barmore and Milton Williams could be one of the better defensive tackle tandems in the NFL. Like, don't sleep on the New England Patriots with Mike Vrabel as their head coach in year 1. He definitely has a good shot of being able to elevate the Patriots from being the worst team in this division to winning the AFC East crown. We normally see a team every single season go from worst to first in their division, and this is the year that the Patriots could be one of those teams to accomplish that.